Hello YouTube. I know it's been like a little bit, it's been a while, it's been a few months. I'm gonna pause this actually, that's loud, that's copyright, that's void by Melanie Martinez, so I don't get copyrighted. I'm playing on my Chromebook. Also, my hair, I got it cut short and I absolutely adore it. It's so cute in my opinion. Okay, if you saw the title, I spent 10 months, 9 or 10 months creating this cosplay, and currently it is October 21st. By the time I'm filming this part, like this, you know, the whole narrator part, I'm gonna put like the editing time, and I pray that this gets posted as close to October as, or not October, Halloween as it can, because, you know, it's been a while, gang, it's been a while. But for the ones who stay at the end, I kind of have a huge surprise, also the reveal of this cosplay. I just want to start with, this is not a tutorial, I was doing this all by my crafting skills, which are like at a maximum of 3, okay? Yeah, so I guess we can get into the beginning of it. I started this project in February. I got the idea. I was in my car at church with impetigo, and my face was like, it hurt. It was really bad. It burned. This is my first custom cosplay that I've ever done. And drum roll please, I'm going to be making a custom cosplay over Asteria, his OC. I started like deconstructing it, and then I realized that this cosplay has 4 different parts: the wig, the cape, the corset, and the boot covers, which are all like the main parts but not the whole thing. So, and I knew that the central piece was the corset, and that I needed to get it to work immediately, because I knew from the start this was going to take forever, because I've not made something this big, and I knew it was gonna, you know, end up close to, you know, October, or, you know, sometime at that, because I wanted to do this for Halloween. Okay, so I planned on doing the boot covers first, you know, because they were the easiest thing. I originally wanted to sew. Didn't work. It did not work, I'll tell you that. So I got to, you know, buying, you know, the basic stuff, like what I needed for, you know, to make the boot covers. I got here, I don't know what that is. I got white fabric. I got tights, and I was freaking out because I didn't know if they were in my skin shade or not, but they're fine. Colored fabric, and the thing I bought colored fabric, and it was in like these squares, so small. It was not a lot, it was so small. I bought sewing needles because I needed those to, like, you know, pinch fabric together. Cute, silly. So this is when I started actually getting into making the boot covers. I said, you know, it was happy late Easter. It was a little bit after Easter, but I think it was might have been a week after Easter. And so then after that I started doing the wrap. I showed the wrap, and I got changed into shorts, and I went in fast motion, you know, whatever the heck it's called, and I filmed myself, you know, doing the wrap, and then putting the duct tape, that word, the duct tape over it so I could get like a good mold and base. And then I cut it off. It was so hard to cut. Like, I don't know if you know me, but I'm 5'6", and with a long torso, I have a longer torso than I do legs. I had to reach down, and I also have scoliosis, so that hurts. I had to bend down like a freaking Barbie, and had to like lean down to cut these without bending my knee, so that the mold wouldn't bend and still be accurate. It hurt. I kind of winged making the first boot cover, and to my surprise, It actually, it worked really, really well. It looked like it and it was good, but the only thing that was wrong with that is that, oh my gosh, I had to hand stitch it and use hot glue, and I had to layer it so that it would actually fit. Like it was rough. I was frustrated because it was my first time ever doing this. I was frustrated. It was not I was frustrated. I made layers 4 different times, and I ran out of my red fabric because they were small squares like I mentioned earlier. So by then it was like, you know, by now it was like mid-May. At this time I didn't have a lot of motivation to do anything. I wasn't really in a good position. There was a lot of things happening in my life at that time, and I wasn't going through really a good phase, so it took a lot of motivation and a lot of energy for me to actually want to get up and do this. So I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did, because now I actually enjoy doing this kind of stuff and I like doing it. But yeah, at that time it took a lot of motivation in May to get up, to talk, and, you know, to craft. Then after that, I was talking about how I was finally out for summer. It is May 25th. Today's a Sunday. And I'm probably like, girl, it's Sunday at 6 at night. Get ready for school tomorrow. No, because I'm out for summer. And then I started talking about the new Asteria and Ketseki album, Party for Life. It came out 2 weeks before I filmed this part. And Party for Life was pretty mid, if I'm being so honest, as an Asteria fan. You know, it was pretty mid for me. But, you know, like, you know, Party for Life, Rave to Death, like, it was good. You know, it was a good name. It had a lot of meaning, and it was very, from what I got from it, it was like, you know, nostalgic, and it was like, it was important to these people. So I was like, okay, you know, vibe, you know, baddies were like that, we vibe, Fab Fantasy, okay, bro. Yeah, but the next time I filmed, it wasn't of me cutting fabric for the not for the actual book cover. Then I stayed up until midnight for May 27th, and if you don't know what May 27th is, it's Asteria's birthday, and I stayed up late for that because it was, you know, it's the first time I ever got to, you know, experience my favorite singer's birthday, because I never had a favorite singer. I just, you know, kind of went on with what I listened to, and, you know, Asteria is the first singer that I've ever had favorited. Like, I never had like a, you know, favorite singer. It is May 27th and it's midnight. Happy birthday, Asteria! Yeah, this is very sudden, but all Asteria fans know, or most of them, it's Asteria's birthday today! And I low-key did not know that I was gonna be working on this during his birthday, and I didn't even know that his birthday was in May until like a month ago. And then I did not film again until August. That's basically how drained I was at the time, and how like icky, if you want to say, what I was feeling. I didn't feel good, but I'm great. I'm doing good. You know, my physical appearance shows it now, of how, you know, changing, you know, building up, but, you know, yeah, that stuff. I actually started doing the makeup in August. I tried Gyoru makeup. Guys, if I'm not mistaken, I absolutely nailed that. After that, I had bought more stuff. My unpackaging, I bought golden fabric. I ended up buying the wrong top. The top that I bought, there's a strip of white up here. Okay, Asteria's character has a strip of white, right? The one I bought, the shirt that I bought, it had a strip, right? And there was one with white. I had bought the wrong one and bought the one with the black strap. It's okay now. I have the white one now because it's, you know, it's 9 days before Halloween. So I have it now. We're good. We're valid. We're fine. Not 9 days before. It's the 21st. It is 9 days before Halloween. That's actually pretty wild. It does not even feel like October, if I'm being so real. Like, it's hot outside. The leaves are still green. Like, it's not October, if I'm being so honest. It's so disappointing for Halloween fans, if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I bought a cape, and I know like some people, or like, you know, other cosplayers would probably have trouble finding, you know, capes with like a, you know, black back and a red front. I have experience as cosplaying as Hanako from Toy About Hanako-kun, and I watched some of that anime, and what I did is I literally just took a Hanako cape, folded the insides inward to the back of the shirt, and like hot glued it so it was like folded over like this, cut the buttons off, and it was fine. And then I just cutted like the squiggles, because, you know, it goes like this way, like, you know, like small, and then it gets bigger, and then, you know, body, if you get what I'm saying, shaped like this. Yeah, like, yeah, curve. It wasn't like a square cape, it was like a curve. You'll see it. Trust, if you don't know what I'm talking about. I bought black hair clips for, like, you know, if you don't pay attention to the things. There is a black hair clip X on this side. Let me think. This side of girl's head, X on this side. So I bought those, and I'm gonna make an X out of them. I bought a neon red wig, and I just finished styling that like a week ago. It took a long time because it's like long in the front, short in the back, and it has to look realistic, or at least somewhat, like not like a mullet. So it took a lot. Also the bangs, those were a lot of effort, and as someone who's not a professional cosplayer, or not like, you know, I've only styled 3 wigs, including the asteria one. And myself, I've only styled 3 wigs. But my plan is to always make it not frizzy, like, not like everywhere around the place, so I use a lot of hairspray. Okay, at this time I brought the wrong fabric, you know, the square ones I was talking about. There were a floral option, like a floral, like, you know, like flowers on it. I accidentally bought that one, but it's okay, because I actually bought the right square ones along with the fabric, along with the floral one, so I bought both of them, just one of them was wrong. And I said I was gonna make my own corset, but I fibbed a little bit. I actually bought a pre-made white corset, and I actually made that. What I did is I took the string out, I hot glued, I believe, the sides together. I got the golden fabric and did the little strap things and covered like the holes and stuff, and then I did the golden straps on the side, and then did the red diamonds on the, you know, the golden pieces. So it looks awesome in my opinion. I don't know how I pulled it off. The next thing I bought was arm warmers, because girl has one. I bought the right colored fabric. I bought the base skirt, and that skirt was a pain when I was cutting it. I wanted to line it first so I didn't show anything, or else it wasn't too short, it wasn't too long. It wouldn't matter if it was too long, I just cut it, but I wanted to line it right. I took the liberty of lining it with white paint without knowing that it was dry clean. So yes, I cut it right, you know, but the white paint was still there. So what I had to do, I couldn't put it in the dryer, I could not put it in the washer. I had to hand wash the paint out. Took me like 2 hours, and even 2 hours it wasn't even all out. So what I did is, I think I flipped it inside out. I might have done that, I'm not sure though. Or no, I didn't flip it inside out. That was my original plan, but I realized that I cut the inside too, so it would not be even. The real thing I did is I got my black paint and just painted over the white pieces, and now it looks fine. It looks gorgeous, like it's stunning. But that's what that is now. And then when I finished recording, I finished the second boot, like the white base part of the second boot. Now that's done. Most recently I had cut in the sleeves off of the top and hot glued the piece down, and then I hot glued the cape inside. So basically all of it is done by now. Sorry, just carrying the crickets away so they don't traumatize me. But basically that's all I recorded, all the clips I have. And now most recently I'm done. Like, I'm done. The only thing I'm worried about is on Halloween. It's probably gonna take... Google just pulled up my address. Google just pulled up my address, my IP address, and my location. Should I be concerned? I'm gonna ignore that. I'm gonna ignore that because this is not my computer. Sorry, I have notes on here. But that was all that I documented. But basically the whole thing is done. I'm just scared about, you know, how long it'll take to get into it and out of it. I plan on, you know, putting this whole thing out on Halloween, close to as Halloween as possible, as close as I can with all the editing and all the filming. But what I do want to do is make music videos. So with that, I guess I'll go into one song that you know, meant a lot and was really upsetting that I heard. So I guess we're gonna get into it. Yes, I did a face reveal, and I told you guys at the beginning that I would have something for you guys, and yes, that would be a face reveal. Yeah, this is what I look like. I'm not in a good lighting though right now, but you know, this is what I look like. Watch me cook. But yeah, so no, this is really fun. This was really fun to do, and with that, balance has been restored. Thank you guys so much for, you know, looking at this journey with me. And yeah, balance has been restored, and until next time.